Hey everybody, Tom Barnes, stories from the 78. A big guest on the 78 today, WGN TV's very own Paul Conrad on to talk about a special event, Achieving My Best Life. It's a charity event. How you doing, Paul?
Tom, I'm doing great. It is great to see you. And let me start off by telling you how thankful I am that you've brought me into this and include me in this event. I really appreciate your kindness.
Oh, absolutely, Paul. And we worked together for a long time at the old number nine. I was there for
Yeah,
15 years. So I'm
15
about a
years.
fraction of what you've been in there
Right.
for, huh?
I've been there for 27 years. I feel like I'm old cheese around there now.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun and you were great to me. And I know that you do a lot of things that a lot of people might not know that you do, just because, there's the Paul Conrad that people see on TV. And then there's your version of Paul Conrad. And I think
Yeah.
somewhere in the middle is where we see this charity event that you have going on. So talk about that because I think it's a lot of fun. It's the first one you've done it that I can think of in a while
Yeah.
or ever.
Yeah. I don't do a ton of these. In the last 4 or 5 years, I have gotten involved in this process of trying to find independent living for adults who have autism or who have some kind of cognitive disorder or disablement. And my brother and I and a couple other guys have opened up this facility out in Aurora. And it's a independent living center for adults with autism or high functioning people with intellectual disabilities. And it has been a joy to see this thing open up and for the good things that have been playing out there. And the guy who runs this thing, his name is Andy Hubble, and Andy runs a non-for-profit that is set up to help people, adults with these disabilities, help them achieve their best life. And I think no matter where you are in life, the day you have your child, you spend the great majority of your life thinking, how can I help my child achieve the best possible life that I can? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters whether you have an intellectual challenge or you've got a kid who's a star basketball player. We all want the same thing. We just want them to achieve the best that they're capable of doing. And so this guy's organization called Achieving My Best Life is set up to help adults who have intellectual challenges achieve their best life, whether it's helping them get gainful employment or gainful access to community resources or whatever it might be. And so as I've seen this guy in action, I've been more and more compelled to want to be involved in helping not only him, but more importantly, really helping this community of people and these families who are trying to help these kids and their adults have their best possible life.
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think it's every parent's duty, responsibility, or you're wanting to set your kids up for success, right? Like
Yeah,
putting them in the
100%.
best spot to do that.
Yeah, and the amount of time that all of us put into it is remarkable, right? There are sleepless nights where we're trying to figure this all out. And what I know to be true is that when families get to this point where they're like, oh, we have a child who has autism, that lift becomes a lot more heavy and complex than it is, I think, for the rest of us. The joy, all these other things can be equal, but that process of, boy, I'm working harder, and this is a different process than what a lot of people are doing is, and I want to make sure that I honor that I acknowledge that piece for those people as well. And to be honest with you, it's a joy to come alongside of these families and to see the hope and the joy. This idea of adults, I think one of the things also, you're always thinking, when I pass away, if I have a child who's got these needs, will there be a place? How will they function? Will they be able to survive? Will they have their own place where they can live independently and do well? And that's what our facility, this place called Weston Bridges out in Aurora, is a part of. But I really like what this Achieving My Best Life does, is really helps these individuals and these families identify ways that they can help their kids achieve their best life. All that said is that we're doing a fundraising event at the MAC, which is the Morgan Arts Complex, which is in Bridgeport. It's like at Morgan and 36th. And I will say it is one of the coolest art galleries. I like photography. I'm more drawn to photography than paint or whatever the mediums are. Anyhow, it's this very cool art center, and we're holding it there this Tuesday night. So that's January 9th. And we're here from 7 till 10. We've got a band. We've got Chef Michael Bonner, who for years was with Maggiano's and Let Us Entertain You. He's gone off and started his own catering company, but he's providing some food for this thing, really nice food and drinks. And I'm going to speak for a little bit. Dean Richards is emceeing. Our newest traffic reporter, Brett Vickery, is coming out. Mike Toomey will be here. So people who are fans of the WGN Morning News will have a chance to come and say hello to some of us, but also to give us, all of us as a community, a chance to learn more about how we can get behind people who are doing God's work with this community.
And it's from 7 to 10 that you said, Tuesday
Yep.
the 9th. Where can people buy tickets for this or learn more information about it?
Yeah, so you can either go to all my social media, Paul Konrad and Konrad's with a K, or if you go to eventbrite.com, and it's BRITE.com, not BRIGHT. That's just a little trick there.
It's a big one.
A lot harder. It's a big one. And you put in my name, Paul Konrad with a K, and all that information will pop up for you. And I just want to say I would be so thankful for anybody who wants to come along in this journey, who can show up to this event, or if you just want to make a donation, all of that's possible by going to those sites. But I'm grateful. I'll be honest with you, Tom, it's been, I don't do a lot of this, I really feel awkward asking people for help for projects that either I'm involved with or I care passionately. I'm just always uncomfortable with it. But as I've been doing this here for the last month or so, I am really honored and touched by how kind-hearted so many people are. There's so much bad news. I think I see it every day because of the industry that I'm in. And this encourages my soul. You forget the number of people day in and day out who are doing great things that nobody's getting any attention around it, but good things are happening. And so I'm encouraged. I'm thankful even for you, Tom, just to say, hey, yeah, this sounds like a good thing. I want to get involved with it. It just encourages me at this time in life and this season of where we are in the world to see great people doing great things for others. And so I'm tickled to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's you said it, and being in the news industry can jade people a little bit because all you see is all you see is bad story after bad story, and to be able to shed light on something that you care about, that you know makes a huge difference to people. I love doing those kind of stories, and I imagine just seeing the reaction that you're getting from people when you're telling them that you want to be a part of this or want to do this and host the event or what have you, and then have Dean and other folks from the morning show coming by to support it. It's better than 99% of the other stuff that's on television news. You know what I mean? Just spreading 100%. The good.
Yeah, and while we're on that topic, let me just thank these people at the Morgan Arts Complex who have been really generous with this whole thing, along with Dolce Trattoria and Dolce Bakery. They're doing catering and supporting this thing as well, and CMB Catering. All these people who have just said, hey, we want to get behind this and we want it to benefit this organization. There's nobody showing up here who's like, this is all about me or for me. Everyone who's showing up is like, let's do this for other people. And it's a great thing. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, I can't wait to come by and see it. It's been a while since I've seen you. And
yeah, Tom,
I think
I look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, there's some things that people have been asking you about to discuss. The little elephant in the room of like, are you going to take the spot of the Mr. Skilling? Are you ready to hit that 9 o'clock show? What's happening with that? You taking over?
Well, here's the big news. No, that is like the last job that I would want, and I'm probably the last person that they should ask to take it. Skilling for years has been able to fill these 12-minute long weather segments. I could tell you everything I know about the weather, show you like 100 pictures of my family and my whole life story, and still only get to about 8 minutes. So he is a legend. He is unbelievable. I always think of like the guy who has to follow him is like Pete Myers, who's the next bull after Michael Jordan.
Yeah, good
You know,
luck, right?
yeah, no one wants it, but whoever steps in there, they'll be more than qualified to do it. But it's just, I love where we are in the mornings. I love, on a personal level, for me, as much as I hate getting out of bed at 3:30 every morning, I love that I'm home every afternoon and every night with my kids, and it affords me a different quality of life that, frankly, you would have to really grab me kicking and screaming to get to work any other schedule than the one that I'm on now. But I'm sure they'll make a great decision in whoever they put in there.
Yeah, I know a lot of people might not know this about you, but you've done coaching. We've talked about our trials and tribulations of coaching
Yeah.
baseball and what
Yes.
have you. You know, one of your sons is a good ball player. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that I think people, when they see personality on television, they think that that's what they are all day long, right? And I'm
Yeah.
sure you've gotten that weird questions throughout your career. But you know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that you just like to do. You know, you're a family man. You have a family to take care of, and you got kids
Yeah.
running all over. You got a lot of kids running all over the place. You need
Yeah.
to be home, Paul.
Yeah, I do need to be home. And I do love coaching. I've been coaching now for 17 years. And I've been coaching baseball. Right now, I've been on this tear of coaching girls softball for the last 3 years. And I
Oh,
know you've got
you jumped
daughters.
the other side.
Yeah, so you know that whole universe. But it has been so much fun. It's a joy and passion of mine. I help run this Sheridan McGuane baseball in the near south, near west side of Chicago. We've got close to 700 kids playing in our league. And it's a joy for me, right, to see that we're providing this cool opportunity for kids to be able to play ball in their neighborhoods with their friends. And I think what I know to be true is everybody's got problems. Kids have anxiety and fear, and there's homes that are hard to be in. And if we can provide like a cool place for kids to play ball and just have fun and be taught good values and learn what it means to be a good citizen, all those extra pieces, it's a huge win. And so I'm thrilled about that part of my life as well, and to help with that whole thing.
Yeah, I think we show kids that this is what your life could be like, and there's opportunities for you to get help here and get some aggression out here on the field and do it
Yeah,
differently, and learn
yeah,
about competitiveness, and learning how to be a good teammate, and learning that you're not
yes,
going to always win. You're going to fail. It's how
right.
you come back from the failure, right? And
It's
we at
100%.
WGN, we learned that first day out
Every
of the
day,
gate. How do you come
every
back
day.
from failure, right? So
It's not the failure, it's how you respond to the failure, which should be WGN's logo.
yeah, well, we just came up right here. Paul, people can see you every day. Well, when you're not on vacation, on the
Yeah,
old number 9 on the morning show, Monday through Friday. You come on at 6. You're through the 9 o'clock hour, and I think it's a lot of fun when you do the 9 at 9, and you get to read some of the stories that you do. And Toomey and Amory Saviano, who writes those things. You guys do great work over there. I love my time there. I loved working with you and all the fun conversations that we had when the cameras were off and we were just shooting a breeze, talking about
yeah,
baseball and all that stuff. I appreciate
yeah.
your time, Paul.
Yeah, those are good memories as well. We've got a great collection of people at WGN who do great work, and we certainly miss you, Tom. You were great for the 15 years, and I'm excited for you to be where you are, but we certainly miss you.
Well, good to be missed. I appreciate it. And I'll
Yeah,
be looking forward to catching up with you on Tuesday, Paul.
awesome. Thanks, Tom. God bless.
Yeah, you too. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate the time.